Okay, I'm here backstage with Gerard Way, fresh from his global debut at Reading Festival. How are you feeling?
Amazing. Yeah.
Have you been nervous about this for a bit?
For a while I was, and then we just worked really hard, did a lot of rehearsal, and I feel so at home on stage. So nothing about that makes me nervous.
'Cause I know people watching who are maybe massive fans of yours will know that you've played 2 shows so far.
Yes, technically is the third, but this absolutely did feel like a debut.
Yeah.
The first one was on a patio at Warner Brothers. The second one was at Wedgwood Rooms, and which was awesome. But this really felt like I wasn't prepared for that.
Yeah.
Let's say that.
Why did you pick Reading Festival as the site, as the location for the debut show?
Really, I mean, I have a long history with the festival, but it kind of came down to I needed a finish line. I needed a deadline because if we didn't just do it and to book, the craziest, biggest show we could, like I would have spent too much time waiting to get ready, or when's the record come out, or so this kind of booking Reading kind of forced everything,
And how have you felt that the fans are kind of reacting to it when you're on stage just then? Because obviously it's quite different from what you were doing before.
It is different. They reacted amazingly. I mean, it was just a lot of love, They were just the looks that I saw and the energy that I felt just looked like they were just happy I was back on stage, And that's a nice feeling. Let's start with that, and then we'll get to know the songs,
Because I've read a lot about how this album's got kind of a lot of British influence, a lot of Britpop influence, Creation Records,
Right.
and you ended with a Jesus and Mary Chain cover.
That's right. We ended with a Jesus and Mary Chain song, which I got into because of the Pixies had covered Head On. And I had recently discovered the Pixies, and then I was like, well, who's Jesus and Mary Chain? Because on the live, the video for Head On is them performing live. And he says it at the beginning, goes, this is a Jesus and Mary Chain song. So I went and looked them up, and then I fell in love with them. And it's always been my favorite song. I don't know why, but...
How recent has your kind of discovery of this music been then? Is it because you've mentioned Slater Kinney, you mentioned Carrie Brownstein and Mary Timony, who are both playing in Wild Flag now as well.
Yeah, those are my guitar heroes. I mean, I've been into all this stuff since 15. My gateway was the Smiths, and then that was it. And I was going to Blur shows. I saw them Great Escape tour at Roseland, which unfortunately closed down in New York. It was the greatest gig I ever saw. I'd seen Lush, I'd seen all these bands, so I was a massive fan. I'd seen Helium live, I saw Sleater Kinney, so all that stuff actually was a big influence on me when it was time, when I just, decided to start a band. I was a pretty different person at the time, and I trusted my instinct on what I felt the world needed, and that's why My Chem is the way it is, and we all came together as friends and made this sound that we felt the world needed. And then when that was done, it just felt like, well, let me rediscover the music I've been listening to the last 20 years. Not so much rediscover it. Let's use these influences directly now and see what happens. So,
What have you got planned for the rest of today then, now that that's out the way?
I get to do a signing in a little bit, and I'm gonna go watch Eagles after the signing. Yeah, I'm really excited for that.
Another kind of like 90s revivalish band from Leeds.
Yeah, I found them on Spotify and found love instantly from track one. I remember hearing Nerve Endings and going, I'm all in on this right away. And I've been listening to the album. I've been listening to that and the new Pixies album in rotation on repeat, pretty much.
Brilliant. Well, I might see you in the pit.
All right, I'll see. I'm gonna be a little back. I want to muddy up my suit,
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Gerard Way.
Thank you.